Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching this Weekly Connect, the last weekend in July, the 29th and the 30th. We're going to be really concentrating on First Timothy, and we're going to be talking to the kids about how God wants them to set an example. So when they first come into the classroom, we're going to have all of the kids sit down. We're going to play a group activity together. You're going to have the kids sit in a circle, and they're going to all number off from 1 to whatever, and they are all going to have to remember their numbers and remember other people in the group's numbers as well. And then we're going to be playing a game called concentration. So they're going to just have to all keep a specific beat together, which is slapping their legs twice and clapping their hands twice. And then they'll start like this. Everybody in the circle is going to be doing this. Concentration. Keep the rhythm. Concentration now begins. And then I'll say my number first, and I'll say I'm number 1, 1, and then I'll say somebody else's number. So I'll say 7, 7. And then whoever's number 7, they get to go from there the whole time keeping the same rhythm. It gets a little bit more difficult as the kids get out. Like if they mess up and they don't say their number right or they don't keep the rhythm correctly, they're out of the game. And then the people that are in the game have to remember the kids' numbers who are in the game and make sure that they're saying those numbers correctly and not calling anybody who's already been taken out. So, fun game. We're going to be leading by example during the game, right? You're going to be following each other. And then we're going to transition into the story time. And again, as I said, we're going to be learning from First Timothy. The lesson is all written out for you. Again, we're going to be looking at Paul's letters, and this happens to be a letter to Timothy, where Paul is giving him encouragement, telling him that even though he's younger, he still is to be an example to others, and he's telling him exactly as a Christian how he should be this example and how he should be living his life and how he should be teaching these other people. So he's being a great example to Timothy and encouraging Timothy to be an example to others. So as always, it's all written out for you. If you have a different way you'd like to teach that, that's great too. We really want you to make these stories your own. And then of course you'll do your worship and offering, and then your blessing this week comes from 1 Timothy 4:12. Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers. So you want to make sure to get that point across to the kids, say that blessing over them, and then go right back to your classrooms. This week we're going to be doing, even after the story time, we're going to be really talking about how Paul was explaining to Timothy to be a good example and talking about the Christian life student. So we're going to be looking at 1 Timothy 4:12 and breaking that down. So a lot of teaching time. We're not going to play a game afterwards. We'll have the game before. We're not doing an activity afterwards. Afterwards, it's going to be a big discussion with the kids. And we're going to be going through all of the specific ways that Paul pointed out to Timothy that he needs to be an example to others, like through his speech, through his conduct, through purity, through love, and an example, what did I forget? Conduct, his conduct and his faith. So he talks about all of those things. You're going to break 4:12 down, like I said, 1 Timothy 4:12, and really talk to the kids about that, ask them some questions on that, and have them look up in their Bibles and think of ways that they can be examples, think of ways that other people are examples to them, and just have a lot of time discussing. If you still have time after that, of course, I have a prompt in here for prayer time so that you can sit in your circles and take prayer requests and talk about that. And if you still have more time, next week we are going to be learning from Philemon. So if you still have time on that, you guys can start on that study as well. So thank you so much. I hope that this helps you in preparing your lesson. Have a great week and enjoy your last week of July. Thanks so much.